OGP.
What
Hey,
up? What up?
OGP.
What up?
Hey, welcome to the family.
Oh, hey. Oh,
What's
bada
going
boom,
on,
bada
man?
bing.
Bada bing, bada boop, Betty boop.
Oh,
What is
man.
going on? Got the
Oh,
OGP-ster in the house. How you doing,
yeah.
brother?
I'm well. Thank you very much. Life is good. My apologies to everybody waiting on us. It was my fault. My computer took a
No,
dookie on me a few
you're
minutes
fired.
ago,
No,
but
you're fired. You're fired.
otherwise life is good. And, I had a lot of fun watching this movie that we're about to talk about right here.
Oh, awesome, awesome. That's awesome to hear. What is going on, all you mobster movie maniacs out there? It's your boy Fat Samurai Guy back again, hanging out with the OGP-ster. That's right. Who we got in the house here? We got Jake Hall. What is going on? Welcome, my friend. We got the anti-hero headbanger. That's right. Doesn't have a clue about the movie, but he's coming in to hang out. Hey, it's good to have you here, my friend. And a quick reminder, don't forget, this is a spoiler discussion. The movie has been out for a while. Heather, how you doing? And Pazuzu, what's up, dudes? What's going on, brah?
What up? What up?
All right. The outfit. So I didn't want to watch and review this without the OGP, because the OGP is he's a mob movie enthusiast.
Enthusiast, yes. Authority, no. I like to tell everybody I love movies. I like watching them.
Yeah.
I don't proclaim to be an expert.
Right.
So, forgive me if there's things here and there that I don't know.
Okay.
I love mob movies. Maybe
Mhm.
my favorite, little like subgenre or whatever.
Right. Besides horror and all the other cool
Yeah.
stuff there. Oh, we got the sexy one himself.
Sumo.
What's going on, man? How you doing, brother? All right. So I was like, you know what? I know OGP love him some mob movies.
Yes.
So what made me want to watch this was I heard good things and I saw a trailer like a while back, and it looked like a type of movie I enjoy when I'm in the mood for something different. I like, it's not, these type of films are not for everybody. I could totally understand that, because
Agree.
not a lot of people like one location movies. Sometimes it works for the movie, sometimes it doesn't work. A good example of ones that work would be, you have Misery, you have The Hateful Eight. The perfect, for me, I always use this is my go-to for one location movies that knock it out of the park, is 12 Angry Men. OGP, have you seen that?
No, I don't believe so.
It's, if I came to you and I was like, yo, you got to see this movie, it's filled with a 12 curmudgeony angry dudes in one room, and they argue, and that's the movie. It's probably nothing me and you like normally would be get excited about, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking great, bro.
Oh, okay.
It is fantastic. 12 Angry Men, the original, the classic, the original.
Gotcha.
That's a perfect example of one location movies, smoller scale dramas done right. That's how you do it. That's perfection.
Okay. Then I'll have to add that to my list here of movies to check out.
I think it's on Criterion. I'm not positive about that, but you might be able to watch it for free somewhere.
Yeah, you know what? I seem to recall it being on Criterion, but I'm thinking about signing up for that Criterion channel, because there's a lot of Criterion movies that I'm like, I'd like to see this, but either want to try it before I buy it.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I really want to drop $30 on this.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. And it might be one of those things where, wow, that's a great movie. I enjoyed that, but you don't necessarily want to buy it. But you did watch it and you liked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's a good idea, man. How much is that a month?
That I think it's only, it might be like $6 or something. I don't think it's
really. That's
I don't think it's that much. Okay. I haven't. I only learned about it from Master Chaos told me about it.
Okay, nice. Shout out to Master Chaos. That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, this another reason why I picked this movie.
My fault. $10.99 a month. $10.99 a month. My
that's
fault.
Still not bad for the
$11. Yeah, I mean, if library. You get it, maybe you get it for like 2 months. That's the cost of one Criterion. You watch like 10 movies in those couple months. Get your money's worth.
Right, copy. That's not bad. That's not bad. We got Brian Sanchez in the house. He's saying, "What's up, OGP?"
What up?
That's right. We got Mr. King Palma just showing up. Jake Hall on some more extra badasses. And Heather says she loves old gangster movies with James Cagney, Humphrey
Ooh.
Bogart. That's right. And Edward G.
Yeah.
Robinson. We going to I'm
Humphrey
Shane.
Bogart. Yeah, you
Shane.
see? Yeah.
I think I haven't seen that many Humphrey Bogart movies, but
Oh, what are you, some kind of wise guy?
the one that I saw was great, and it was help me out here, Heather. It was oh, it's been so long, but it was like the treasure at God damn it. That's the name of the movie. The treasure at God damn it.
Just treasure.
But it's the movie where badges? We don't need no stinking badges. That
Oh, yeah, okay.
line
Yeah.
comes from that movie. And that it was
Yeah.
one of those movies where it was like, oh great, my dad's showing me one of these old movies. And I was young and stupid. I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
And I was just like, right. But then after I got done watching it, I was like, wow, that was a really good movie. But anyway,
Yeah.
we're getting sidetracked, but we're having fun talking movies, which is what
That's
the
what we
channel is
do.
all about. So another reason, again, like I was saying earlier, another reason why I wanted to pick this movie, not just because I heard it was good, but I needed a break from being disappointed constantly. and OGP, it's funny. It's just like destiny that we're talking about this movie, because I was feeling the same way, and OGP was feeling the exact same way, but for different kind of similar reasons, but different type of genres. So when I was talking to OGP about it, he was like, "Dude, I need something different, man, because I've been watching some crappy, shitty movies.
Yes.
Like, god damn it, like bottom of the barrel. Like, I need something different. I need a break."
It's funny you mentioned bottom of the barrel, because that's what the group name is. That I'm going to be on the video tomorrow night with Master Chaos and Tony of the Dead.
Nice.
My Killer Podcast, Bullet Blake, Slipcover, Brother Chaos.
Nice.
We have this group called Bottom of the Barrel, where one person gets to pick, and every 2 weeks we watch these two movies, whoever picks them.
Yeah.
And then they get to host the video on their channel. And the goal is to pick the crappiest movies ever. So I told them, just wait, because I know some shitty movies.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I got to start watching more of those. I got to start watching more of those. But yeah, for you, it was you've been watching a lot of bottom of the barrel movies, so you wanted a little break for something different. For me, I've been watching a lot of big budget AAA movies that have been disappointing me.
Yeah.
Whether they're AAA movies or AAA shows that I'm just like, I'm tired of this. So we're on the same page, just different. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the outfit. So hold on a second. Let me bring it up here. I got a little bit of info, IMDb here. So the plot synopsis it starts off very simplistic, but then it gets a little bit more interesting as the movie goes. But the movie's about you have an expert cutter, not a tailor. Don't call him a tailor now.
Do not call him
an expert cutter must outwit a dangerous group of mobsters in order to survive a fateful night. So this is directed by Graham Moore, who this is like his first big movie.
Oh wow!
He is known for writing The Imitation Game, which starred Benedict Cumberbatch. This movie also stars Mark Rylance as Leonard, and he won Best Supporting Actor in Steven Spielberg's Bridge of Spies. He was also in Dunkirk. Zoe Dutch is in. She plays Mabel. She was in Zombieland 2: Electric Boogaloo. Double Tap. Now, I'm a huge Zombieland fan, OGP. Something didn't look right with that sequel in the trailer. Like, I got a bad feeling about the sequel.
Yeah.
Is it worth buying or watching?
Can't tell you. Tell you. So
never mind.
It's funny because all the movies you mentioned, the titles you mentioned that were, Graham Moore and Mark Rylance were responsible for. I was like, all three of those excellent movies. And then you're like, and Zoe Dutch was in a shitty movie. No, the trailer looked so bad.
Yeah, something. I got a bad vibe.
I love Zombieland so much that I was like, I just can't do this to myself and end up hating this franchise because of where they went with it. So
All right. Well, I will continue to stay away. Dylan O'Brien, who plays Richie, he was in a solid action movie, not amazing, but it was a good watch. It was called American Assassin with Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
He
like that
also was
movie.
in a oh cool nice. Michael Keaton was great in it too.
Yeah.
He's also in I consider it extremely underrated post-apocalyptic comedy called Love and Monsters, which is a movie title that I would just completely pass on. But when you watch the movie, it's actually kind of funny. It's actually
Okay.
a fun post-apocalyptic movie.
Okay.
He was in that, and then Johnny Flynn, who plays Francis, was
Francis.
played David Bowie in the biopic Stardust, which I'm not sure if that's any good.
Really?
Biopics are hard to do,
Yeah.
but that's who we have here. There's some other ones, but I just wanted to get the meat out of there. So, oh, here we go. Thank you, Heather. The treasure. Hold on, let me bring this up. Treasure of Sierra Madre. That's the
Oh,
name of that
okay.
movie with Humphrey
Okay.
Bogart. Badges? We don't need no stinking badges. Yeah, that was good stuff, man. Let's see here. Who else we got here in house? Brian, what's going on, man? What is he's a fan of horror movies and gangster movies. All right, all right. Sour fruit. What's going on? How you doing there? All
Love me
right,
some sour fruit.
so so before we jump into it, a quick warning: if you guys are expecting a nonstop action thrill ride gangster movie, if you're expecting like Scarface or a very fast paced movie like Goodfellas or Scorsese or something like this from Untouchables, if you're expecting this kind of movie, you might be a little disappointed.
Yeah.
But I knew not to expect that kind of movie going into it. And the
Yeah.
trailer looked like a small scale drama in one
Yeah.
location. That's so I wasn't like,
Yeah.
oh, what are they?
I kind of expected something like Clue,
Oh,
something
okay.
like that, where it's, kind of like a whodunit,
Mm-hmm.
in one kind of place. Yeah, like a Ready or Not without the violence, kind of thing,
Right.
trying to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
We got
yeah,
a.
it
It
was,
was kind of like that. It was kind of like instead of the who done it, it was like where's the tape, which
yeah,
we're gonna do.
yeah,
But yeah, we're introduced to Leonard here. He is a craftsman. He is not a tailor. He is anybody with a needle and thread and has 15 minutes could be a tailor.
yeah,
It takes a lot of skill to be a cutter. Yeah, he's something else. This guy. I feel with this actor he did a great job in the movie. I feel like if you would have got a bad actor to play that lead, I
yeah,
think the movie would have fell apart.
100%, hundred
Yeah.
percent. You needed somebody. Yeah, and the thing is, you didn't need De Niro. You didn't need,
Hmm.
even somebody like Anthony Hopkins. You didn't need that ultra superstar. You needed somebody who could play the part,
Yeah.
somebody who was convincing, and had somewhat of a resume on IMDb. But
Yeah.
he was amazing. He was fantastic. Uh, I don't know. I think he nailed it. And as the film progresses, where you see him go was all like built up throughout the movie. So I absolutely loved it. He was excellent, perfect choice, perfect casting.
Yeah. And the character of Leonard was very, 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 very proud of what he did for a living, but very humble, very quiet. Didn't
Yeah,
really want to. He's the type of guy. He's not going to shake things up. He's not going to go to the bar and dance on tables and shit. Like he's not
yeah,
that kind of guy.
yeah,
But in his shop that he has set up in Chicago in 1956, they share a mailbox in there. So customers come in there and they drop stuff and pick up stuff. And we get some interesting shady characters that be
yeah,
coming in and out of there. But our lead here, it's their business. That's not his business. He's not one to ask questions. He's just there doing his job.
yeah.
And you see that symbol on there. Well, that's the symbol of the outfit, which we'll
Outfit.
get more explanation of what the outfit is a little bit later. I know if people are thinking like, "Oh, he's a tailor." Oh, the outfit, I get it. It's like, no,
Ta-da. Yeah, the little
ta-da.
double entendre there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. But his secretary, who works with him, or Mabel here, they kind of have a kind of a father-daughter relationship, a little bit, and she keeps asking him, what are you doing here? Like, why? You're a man of class, you're a man of family values. Like, what are you doing all the way from London? And she always has these dreams. She collects these what do you call these? The
Little snow globes.
snow globes, yeah. And she collects these from different countries. She has dreams and uh, going to Paris and getting out of Chicago and exploring the world and stuff like that. And she's like, "What the hell? Why would you leave England to come all the way out here of all places,
Chicago,
to Chicago?" And he's just like, "Well, it's I like it out here." But the story of why he's there slowly starts to change throughout the movie. But at first, he's like, "Hey, I'm perfectly fine out here. I like it here." So,
and I love how they gave us a little kind of flashback teasers of his life, and throughout the film you get a little teeny tiny bits, and then at the end you're able to put all that information together and understand what's going on.
Right, yeah, for sure. And now we're introduced to Richie here as a Richie Boyle. That's right. His father Boyle runs the town. Richie's very cocky, young, waiting to take over. He's the number two. But he has an interesting relationship with Leonard. You know what I mean? He tries to figure Leonard out when he doesn't have to. Really, they get in these conversations, but he doesn't have to try to figure out because Leonard's just a cutter. But he's fascinated with his dialogue, the way he talks. His past. So they do talk to each other. He is fascinated with him. When he left, when they went to go pick up the mail, get the important package. When he left, Mabel and him she kind of looked at him in a strong way as Richie and his boy left the tailor shop. And basically we have a scene where Leonard and Mabel have this dialogue where he's like trying to hook her up with the guy down the street. He's trying, kind of be a father figure because he doesn't want her hanging out with riffraff.
Yes.
But she's like, "No, I'm a strong, independent woman that don't need no man." Because that existed back in the 50s, right?
Right. Yeah. No problem. Yeah, go do your thing. Yeah.
But no, she had this line like something like, "If you look into their eyes and you show them," I forgot the exact line, but it was something like, if you're just as strong or as badass of a presence, you look into their eyes just as hard as they looking at you, they'll back off or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was all a facade because she's been hanging out with little Richie there. They got a little something going on. And goddamn bad boys, fuck this, man. No, we first get the introduced with Richie's jealousy of Francis, who we're going to be introduced to his character in a little bit. And Francis is like super buddy pals with his father because he took 6 marbles. I love how they call bullets marbles.
Yeah.
I love that. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
So there was a hit on his dad, and Francis was there, his right-hand man, took those 6 marbles. And after that, Father Boyle was just like, he loves Francis. He kind of trusts Francis and stuff like that. So Richie's like, hey, I'm the number 2 guy. This Francis guy is throwing his weight around. I don't like this guy. So we're already introduced with them a little bit of a rivalry here.
Yeah.
But late in the night, we got our home skillet here, Leonard, working late, and he hears a noise. He hears a knock at the door. He goes and answers the door, and then boom, man, Richie has been shot. And Francis is with him this time. He brings Francis in. Of course, Leonard's freaking out. He's like, "Take him someplace else. This is not a hospital."
Yeah.
But what was interesting is he's like, I used to serve in the war and all that stuff. And that's why he's like, he's looking at the wound. He's like, "Look, I served in the war. I know what this wound is not good." The marble went in and went all the way through, though, at least.
Yeah.
But he's looking like, this guy needs a doctor. He needs a hospital. But they don't. Francis doesn't want to take him out of there. So Francis is like, "Sew him up."
Yeah.
Sew him up. And Leonard's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Are you sure you want me to do that?" But he starts sewing them up.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck it, I'll use what I got. I'll fuck it up. And he ended up patching up the wound pretty good there. And then Francis is like, okay, while Richie's passed out, let me go ahead and handle my business. This important package here. It's kind of like, it was interesting because he once Francis realized, well, basically Leonard's asking too many questions now. And I really like this scene right here because Leonard's like, look, man, I don't know anything. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Please don't leave Richie here bleeding on my table. I don't want any part of this. And I like the dialogue where he leaves and he comes back in, he shuts the door and he goes, well, it's too late because now you're in it. And now your family. Welcome to the family. He's like, you're in it now, buddy. You're in it now. And as you can see there on the left is the briefcase. And the briefcase is very important because there is a cassette, a very important cassette is in that briefcase, but he's leaving him there. He's got to go out, handle business before he comes back. So let's talk about what's in that briefcase, or talk about the importance of the cassette tape, OGP.
So, and this is what's interesting. The cassette tape, how and where it got there, we find out later in the film what it really is all about. Mm-hmm. But that cassette tape is supposedly a bug that was planted somewhere somehow, and it has critical information that can supposedly take down the Richie and Francis's family. Did we ever get a name for
the Boyles?
It was the Boyles. Okay,
yeah,
take down the Boyles.
Right.
And
it was planted one of their hot spots.
Yes.
They get all the information. Yeah.
And so the interesting thing about that is, Leonard kind of pits Richie and Francis against each other with this tape to make them question who is this rat that may have, been, ratting them out to the FBI. And so then they start to really lose trust in each other, which is cool because earlier in the film, like you were saying with Richie, kind of his dialogue with Leonard, it's like the mob, they're always testing people.
Yeah.
It's like if you loose lips sink ships. And so if Leonard, who, that Richie wants to trust, if Leonard just is forthcoming with this information, the mob is going to have an issue with that just as much as they would if he lied to them.
Right.
So
right.
Leonard turns the tables and pits these guys against each other.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant the way he set that stage. And then it's like, oh no, they're questioning each other. And I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess we did get an answer what was really going on with the tape, but
well,
later
it was
on in the movie,
Leonard said, Francis told Leonard before he left that we have friends in high places. That's why we got the tape.
Yeah.
Because there's a rat. We just got to find it. They don't know who the rat is. But yeah, that scene you were talking, man, about the tape, and Leonard smartly, in a very smart way, pitting them against each other.
Yeah.
This was a great scene, dude. This is like one of the highlights because I was kind of surprised by this because Francis was like not really backing down, even though that's his boss's son.
And I
was like really surprised, dude. Yeah. What happened after that?
And I love that in the writing because at that point, a lot of the audience is going to be going, Francis has to be the rat. He has to be the rat because he's so damn concerned about this tape and he doesn't want Richie to hear what's on it. So you're thinking the writers want you to think that, even though they're, eventually going to go a different direction with it.
Right.
So that was great. And to me, the writing throughout this whole film was, it was brilliant because even from the opening monologue there that went through the credits and into the first few minutes of the film, I'm sitting here watching this and we're just watching the cutter do his work. And it was very beautifully shot. The whole throughout the film, even though it was one location, it was just gorgeous. The entire thing was shot beautifully. But the dialogue at the beginning, I'm like, okay, what, you know, like
Where's
at
this
first,
going?
where are we going?
Yeah.
But it kept me interested. And so, and the metaphors and the things that they were comparing, or, you know, the you know, between a seamstress or a cutter and the outfit, the mob and all that,
Yeah.
bringing those together. Just the writing through the whole thing was really good. I really need to, you know, give them credit for that, you know, and
Oh, yeah.
especially just, you know, the way, like throughout the film and where we are, like in the discussion, you know, in the film right now with the tape and them, you know, against each other, you know, Richie and Francis. It was brilliant. And I was really enjoying the writing.
Yeah,
I
me
like
too.
throughout the whole film, but you know, especially this point here.
Yeah, and I was kind of like, wow, Francis is not backing down from his boss's son. He's like, so yeah, you're correct. Like, okay, Francis he's got to be the rat.
Gotta be.
And then, especially after he takes him out, he kills his own boss's son.
Yeah.
The mob boss that runs the town. He just straight shot him. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so things get really interesting. And then, of course, you know, we got to hide the body now.
Yeah.
And, you know, poor Leonard here, he's just caught up in it. He's like, well, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And of course, during this whole time, Richie's dad, Mr. Boyle's on his way to the shop, and to get the, you know, to see how his son is doing and to claim the tape. And you know, Francis is hurrying up, cleaning up all the blood, doing what he can do, and then finally, Mr. Boyle, aka Mr. Big, shows up. See that big guy in the back? That'll be the Fat Samurai guy role. Just no dialogue, you know, just stand there, look big, you know.
Just be big.
Yeah, just be big and look mean. That would be the role. But yeah, he shows up. He goes, you know, where's my boy? Where's the tape? And then they have to, I think, again, like you said, the writing and the Leonard character being so fast and quick-witted and just kind of like, oh, he left, you know, he's not your brother. I mean, your boy's not here. He's gone. You know, he took the tape with him. You know, Francis was in on that too. He's like, oh yeah, he said he was going somewhere. And of course the dad's pissed off. He's like, you let him leave. You know, he's like, well, you know how your son is. He's always got something to prove. And he was embarrassed that, you know, he got shot and I shot everyone else and he didn't shoot that one person. So he's trying to be a man and be stupid. So, so, you know, the dad's like, okay, spread the word out there, you know, to look for Richie and stuff like that. So Francis leaves, the big guy and the boss stays, and then we have some dialogue here. And this was a great scene too. Oh, I forgot another great scene before Francis came back and him and Richie had that altercation. I really like the scene where Leonard's sitting down with an awakened Richie. He's giving him tea and stuff like that. And I love that scene where he goes, "I'm the rat."
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was like an intense scene. And then Richie's looking at him like, "What?" You know? And then they both start laughing. He's like, "You almost had me.
Yeah.
You almost had me, you little bastard." You know?
Yeah.
I forgot about that scene. That was really
good. And that was good. And that's the type of thing too, where Leonard is almost, he's like, I'm going to make you in your mind determine that I'm not the rat. So, you know, you're not putting marbles in me, you know, by reverse psychology here. So it was, again, brilliant move on Leonard's part, but, you know, credit the writers for coming up with, you know, such, you know, I mean, just these scenes, they were all just captivating. And you're like, what's going to happen next? Where are we going?
Yeah.
But just each scene, it was brilliant. And no, you're right. That was a great scene. And, you know, and at the end there, the whole like, you got me. I reminded me of the whole, like, you know, Ray Liotta, Joe Pesci, like, you know, you think I'm funny? Yeah. What kind of, tell me how I'm funny. How am I funny? Funny what? Funny looking?
I can't do that Ray Liotta laugh, man. That's like an iconic laugh. I can't do it. Yeah. Oh my god! But this scene was intense too, because we have this really good dialogue back and forth about the men that both talking about their tools of the trade.
Yeah.
So you have Leonard talking about his tools of the trade, and of course, I like how Father Boyle here gives him his tools of the trade. He says, "Hey, take a look at my pistol here. You know, this is my tool of the trade." And they have a history because when he moved there from England, his first customer was Daddy Boyle here,
Yeah.
and Mr. Boyle he has a lot of respect for Leonard because he's high class, he's very educated, so he likes the fancier things. So he's always looked up to Leonard in a way. Respect, you know.
Yeah.
But it got intense here because I love how he's like, well, this is my tool of the trade. He gives him the pistol, and then right after that, he goes, so I need you to explain to me is why is Richie's coat hanging on the wall in the back?
Yeah.
Because supposedly Richie left, even
Yeah.
though Richie's stuffed in the case in the other room.
Yeah.
He's like, so it's December out here. Funny how Richie just
Yeah.
ran out without his coat. Interesting.
Yeah. That
You
was a
know.
great turn right there because I was so focused on, the gun and the scissors or shears, whatever you want to call them. Focused on those and where they were going with those. And then for that conversation to go like, yeah, this is my tool, but what the hell's going on with the
Yeah.
jacket over there? Like,
Yeah.
oh, what? And then
Yeah.
it's like, okay, Leonard, now how are you going to get out of
Yeah,
this one?
exactly. And it wasn't looking too good.
No,
No,
it wasn't.
Leonard, look at his face right here. I mean, Leonard was
Yeah,
like, "Hey, he just left with it." it wasn't looking so good. But right at this point, he had no choice. He was gonna rat out Francis.
yeah,
He was about to, but right at that moment, Mabel
yeah,
shows up, and she's like, "Oh shit, I came at the wrong time."
yeah,
And then, boom! Look who came back to the place. Bam! Francis
yeah,
got a pistol on her, and things get interesting because now she's involved, and now they feel, hey, when Richie left, he probably went to her house, which is up the street,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And she keeps saying, no, he's not there. Richie never came to my house. I just needed something at work.
yeah,
And so some more interesting, tense dialogue goes on back and forth. But she's involved now. It's not looking good. And meanwhile, while all this is going on, that casket's leaking.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, that chest is leaking. It is not looking good. And basically, good old Leonard, man, because he's desperate at this point. He does not want. I mean, it's bad enough his life's on the line. Now Mabel's life's on the line. So he comes up with the story that no, there was a phone call. He goes and answers the phone,
yeah,
and he's not in the same room. And he goes, oh. He answers the phone and acts like he's talking to Richie on the phone. He's like, "Oh, you're at this location. Okay, I'll let your dad know."
yeah,
He goes back in the room. He lets his father know Richie's at this location. Of course, Daddy Boyle's kind of pissed. He doesn't want to go, but he leaves.
yeah,
But Francis stays back with them.
yeah,
So they all know because he gave him a ghost location. So they all know once the dad gets there, he doesn't see Richie. The dad's going to know something's wrong, come back, kill him. So they have to come up with some kind of plan. So out of nowhere, Leonard, basically with Francis in the room, he starts talking to Mabel and he goes, "You're the rat, aren't you?" He basically
yeah,
puts her on blast. So
yeah,
this whole time, Mabel has been the rat. That's why Mabel was hanging out with, hold on a second,
with
with Richie earlier in the movie,
yeah,
getting information. That's right.
yeah.
Also, uh, the snow globes was a
There's
way
your
of
bug.
transferring. They were mailing her information that you think it was a collection, but there's information in those things from the
Oh
FBI.
yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
And yeah, so she got put on blast, and then even Francis was like, "What the fuck?" Even Francis was
yeah,
like, "You're the rat."
yeah.
He's
We,
like, "What is going
it-
on?"
before this, stepping back just a minute in the
Uh huh.
film, when Francis shows up, and I'm sorry, when Mabel shows up, with the Francis has the gun to Mabel's head, and then Francis is like kind of fearing. He's trying to figure out what he can do to put the blame on somebody else, to take take the focus off of him as possibly having done something wrong.
Yeah.
So he's blaming, oh, Mabel, we got to, so they're going to take her in the back and, beat the crap out of her, do whatever they got to do.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that. Yeah.
And you see the emotion in Leonard and kind of the flashback to, what you learn later in the film that, supposedly he lost his family in a fire,
right.
Back in London. And there's more to that we learn later in the film. I won't spoil yet, but you see that father-daughter connection really come to head. So what we established with their little banter and their conversation early in the film around the table, cutting and everything, really was foreshadowing to, his passion and his caring for her as like a daughter. And so it made that scene so powerful. And his and he executed so well with, the fear in his eyes and the concern and the what, oh shit, what do I do look. So it was so good. And then that the phone ring was perfect timing. And that was like, okay, writers kind of gave us a little bit of a easy out there.
A little bit of an easy out, right? If you want to be nitpicky, right.
Unless it would have been sweet if Leonard had like some secret buzzer he could hit to make his own phone bell, phone ring or something like that. But but it was just coincidental timing. But they did explain why the phone rang when it did, because he ended up saying, eventually you find out that it was not obviously Richie saying, because we knew Richie was dead, but we found out that it was somebody else in the gang trying to see if Richie had shown up. So it was plausible, but it was kind of the one easy out with the writing, I guess.
No, that's a good point. And I'm glad you brought up that scene about the connection with the daughter, because I forgot to mention that, because at first she asked him, well, why'd you leave London to come to the shop? Mabel did. And he goes, I like it here. And then after that, he got the question kind of goes around some more. And then he starts saying, oh, it was those goddamn blue jeans. One photo of your James Dean, and now everyone's blue jeans crazy. So I'm like, fuck this, I'm out. Right. And then later, when it gets intense, you find out that the shop, there was a fire. He doesn't know how it happened. He was asleep. And he lost his shop and his wife and kid. And that's when you notice how the story just kind of escalates, but it'll escalate even more. When we get to the finale. But before that, right here. So it's funny you mentioned this, Kevin. I have been planning on OGP coming over here and watching this movie. That's right. You got to see this movie, bro.
Nice.
It's one of the best gangster movies ever made, bro. Rise of the Foot Soldier. Yeah. I bought it, and I've been planning it at some point in the future. You come over here, we have movie night. Yeah,
man.
I got to show you this, bro.
I'm waiting and looking forward to getting back to our movie nights. And, and it's like, I know Sumo works and I know everybody else works and, but it is a blast. Just the two of us, popping in some of these, either off the wall movies we've never seen you like
gangster flicks, bro. You're going to like Rise of the Foot Soldier, man.
Nice.
It's good shit.
Nice.
Let's see. Superhero movies. He's talking. Superhero movies are the best movies. Is like completely destroying Love and Thunder. Check my review, my friend. If you have not seen it, I think you will be happy. Wet Movie says you can suck it.
Yeah, Wet Movie already did suck it, so that's okay.
He says he just got done filming with Master Chaos, so that's cool. That's awesome.
Some pickups today for that movie that somebody else we know stars in here.
Oh my goodness, you got a sexy sumo laughing here. He's like, damn blue jeans. Oh my goodness. All right, let's keep on going, man. We're having fun here. So our boy here, Leonard, at this point. So basically, earlier the rival gang is the LaFontaines.
LaFontaine
was the ones that hit and went after them and shot Richie earlier in the movie. You didn't see that, but it was that's their rival gang.
Yeah.
So Leonard comes up with a great idea. He goes, "Look, you're the rat. Okay, we need a way to figure this out because Father Boyle is going to realize Richie's not there at that location. He's going to come back. We're fucked." So he's like, "Look, go ahead, and I need you to communicate with the LaFontaines and let's cut a deal. All right, because he has the tape. He actually has the tape. Leonard has the tape,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Let's cut a deal. Let's give them the tape, and for some money, and also, I need you to give LaFontaine's the location that I created for where where Richie Boyle supposedly will be at. So basically, you kill two birds with one stone. We give the tape to the LaFontaines, we get paid, right?
Yeah.
And so Francis and all of them will live. The LaFontaines will go to that location. They're going to kill the Boyle, what's left of the Boyles, and everything's good. And I like the dialogue he had with Francis, because Francis is like, this is Mr. Boyle. I can't betray him. I took 6 marbles for the
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
But he's like, well, this is your options. You become number one and run Boyle's organization in his honor, and get into the outfit. And I think I skipped a scene. Get into the outfit, because that was Boyle's dream, was to get into the outfit.
Yeah.
And we finally find out in this dialogue sequence when they were talking about their tools.
Yeah.
Mr. Boyle mentions that's his dream, to get into the outfit, and the outfit was created by Al Capone, and they're like the underworld of United Nations, basically. So they're everywhere. So that's his dream. If you get into the outfit organization, you are in. You are good to go.
You're formally invited to the meetings at the Hall of Doom.
That's the Legion of Doom.
Or yeah, that's right. The Legion, the Hall of Justice, Legion of Doom. Yeah, my fault. My fault.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But the LaFontaines, they don't want to budge, so that's why that's why they have that rivalry. So that's the deal they make. So before we get to the climax, am I missing anything else before we get to LaFontaine showing up? I think I covered.
Yeah, because Francis, finally has the realization that
he's like,
this has to happen. I have to do this. And and we see it in Francis. We know he wants to run that family, but we see, the fear in him, and he's a smart guy. Obviously, to work his way up as high as he did, he's a smart guy. And so he's, really questioning, because a lot of heat can come back his way if anybody ever finds out that he's responsible for taking down the Boyles. It really, he battles with that decision there. And then finally, once he says, all right, let's do this, it's like, okay, now this is happening. The LaFontaines are on the way. And all I'm thinking in my mind is, okay, Leonard needs to kill Francis, because if he doesn't, when this is all said and done, Francis can't go on leading this family having loose ends. Right. So I'm just going like, something has to give. Yeah. And it gave. It gave later on in the film. It gave, but not at this point. So the buildup was really great here. And, and this is all like by this point in the film, because going in, I watched the trailer and all this, I just never realized it was really a one location film. Right. I thought that was just all they were giving us in the teaser. Right. And so
you wanted to see more outside the.
I did, but we didn't need it. At the end of the movie, I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm okay. They executed so well, we didn't need to. Right. Would have been nice to have some of the other stuff though. But by this point in the movie, I'm realizing this is a one location movie. We're not leaving this room. Everything that's going to happen is going to happen right here. Right. So let's get down to business. Let's see where this is going.
Right. And so before the LaFontaines get there, they're about to walk in, and Francis, he has to hide. They can't see him. So Francis, with his pistol, hides in the closet in the back, or he goes in the room in the back. And while he's in that room, Mabel's like, he's gonna kill us. Like you were saying, OGP. Like Francis is gonna kill us, right? Yeah. So LaFontaines come in, and they were interesting, and it was kind of funny because they're like, I've been running rackets for 20 years, and everything was fine. I made something of myself, And as soon as we start making big money, here you guys come. He's like, here the motherfucking Boyles and all the people like the Boyles. Here you guys come. Once we start making that big money.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a problem now. Okay, I see. Which was that was some funny dialogue.
Yeah.
But they come in for the tape. He's going to give them the money, but quickly, because Leonard's he's quick-witted, he's smart. He signals without saying anything to them that Francis is in the back room hiding.
Yeah.
And then, boom, Francis comes out. They have him. They shoot him, and then he drops. And they give the LaFontaines the tape. They keep the money, and she leaves. And everything seems to be fine as of now. And then we have the first big reveal to the second big reveal. First big reveal is Leonard basically talks about how he knew everything was going on.
Yes.
He knew Mabel was the rat.
Yeah.
Well, same thing, I guess. And he's the one been fucking with the packages. So there was really the outfit organization themselves was not looking at the Boyles at all.
Yeah.
They didn't give a shit about the Boyles.
Yeah.
But Leonard was trying to get rid of the riffraff. So he gives the cassette that he gave the Fontaines was a fake. It was one of his recordings, his cutter recordings, talking about what he does in detail. That's what he gave the Fontaines, but he has the real cassette tape, and he gives that to Marble to give to the feds. Marble, I mean, marbles. All these goddamn marbles.
These marbles. She's lucky she wasn't chewing some marbles over here.
He gives the real cassette to Mabel, so she gets to give the cassette to the feds, which fucks up the LaFontaines. Francis and the Boyles are all dead, and she gets to keep the money and finally go to Paris and enjoy life. And she's really sad. It's like a touching moment. She doesn't really want to leave Leonard. She actually asked Leonard to come with her.
Yes.
But he was like, no, this is my place. He's like, he's like, starting over a second time will be easier.
Yeah.
And then
But before we move on with that,
Go ahead.
Do you really think that he didn't want to start over? Or was it kind of a la the end of the Batman movie where Batman knew if she stayed in his life, that his life would cause her hell. So she had to go. So that's what I kind of think with Leonard. He's like, I can't go with you because what we find out, and everything in the ties and all that would have made problems for her, could have been problems down the road. He had to distance himself from her.
Right.
So, there was that, but also I love the, like with the tape and him, when you find out that he was the one planting all the envelopes and messing with the tapes and all that stuff, it really, at that point, you're going like, man, this guy, I mean, he is good. But at the same time, these mobsters who would question him earlier in the film were not doing their true diligence because he was still hearing shit enough to be able to fool them.
Right.
And so it just shows how sloppy the Boyles were.
Right.
And maybe kind of why the outfit would really never want nothing to do with a sloppy family like that.
Right. Mm-hmm. And even though he was kind of in on it and trying to betray, not betray, but he's trying to get rid of the riffraffs. Leonard is. He's trying to get rid of the riffraffs.
Yeah.
He's still anything could have gone wrong. He could have got killed at any point during that night if he fucked up. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like he was in control the entire time. Anytime he could have, if he did something wrong or said something the wrong way or stepped the wrong way, he could have got shot. He could have got killed.
And
so there's still that suspense.
I have thoughts on that that I'll hold off until after we talk about the finale here.
Okay.
And
I can't
wait. I have those thoughts.
Okay. So here's the big finale, guys. So up to this point, I enjoyed the twist. And sometimes when you have too many twists, sometimes that can ruin a movie. And we're going to be talking about that very soon in our suspense. Who did suspense better? Black Butterfly or Cold in July. We're gonna talk. Me and Lady
Mm.
Fab are gonna talk about that because we just lost our fucking mind with one of the movies.
Yeah.
Um, when you have too many twists, you can ruin shit. But anyway, so the first twist, he was trying to get rid of the riffraff. There was no the outfit and all that stuff, and he was trying to help Mabel out. I was fine with all that. It
Yep.
seemed to wrap up a little bit too sweet.
Yeah.
But I was still fine with it because I was enjoying myself. But here you go, guys.
I knew this was going to happen.
But
I knew it was going to happen.
So again, I was fine. I enjoyed the movie all the way up to this point, but something didn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
I like the twist, but something still didn't sit right with me because I was kind of like, how did he know about the outfit? How did he know about this underworld?
Yeah.
Like this, I can suspend my disbelief for so much, right?
Yeah.
The next scene answers that question. And I was like, okay. So, you got a dead Francis in your in your shop. You might as well just burn it down and start anew. So he starts to slowly set the place ablaze.
Yeah.
This is some time has gone by, and Francis is not dead. Francis is still alive.
Yeah.
He slowly gets up to his feet. He still has the pistol, and our boy, it's not looking good here. And this is really great acting from Leonard. You can see the fear in his eyes.
Yeah.
He gets shot in the arm. He's trying to get away from Francis, and then the big reveal happens, and basically, it wasn't this magical fire that happened at his shop. And, because remember, he said he was asleep. He woke up, the place was ablaze, and his wife and kid died. Oh, no. Our innocent, lovable, meek, mild-mannered Leonard.
Yeah.
Oh, motherfucker was a badass. He was in he was in that underworld.
Yeah.
He tried to leave the underworld.
Yeah.
And they came after him and fucked up his shot and killed his family.
Yes.
That is the real reason why. It's not the blue jeans. It's not the fire that came out of nowhere. That's the real reason why Leonard
and that's
came
why
to America to start over.
And that's why he couldn't stay with Mabel, in my opinion. That he couldn't stay with Mabel because he knew he was always on the run. And so he couldn't have Mabel with him to put her in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Shit. What else was I gonna say about there was something else with Mabel. Anyways, I'll get back to it. Go ahead.
Right. Okay, so here we go. So this dude, our shy, mild, meek-mannered, wouldn't hurt a fly guy.
Yeah.
Leonard takes off. He takes off his sleeves. He opens up his sleeves and stuff. You see Leonard tatted up.
Yeah.
So this is not just in the gangster genre. This is a gangster moment. Okay? Yeah. He's got tats all over the place, rolling up his sleeves, and he's like, Francis, you fucked with the wrong guy.
Yeah.
You have fucked with the wrong dude.
Yeah.
And there's no more mild and meek Leonard. Oh no. Those shears, he didn't want nobody touching his shears. Even Boyle, we had a scene earlier. Boyle tried to touch his shears and he snatched it.
Yeah.
That's because his wife gave him those shears, so they were dear to him. But he grabbed those motherfucking shears and it stabbed and fucking shanked Francis in the neck. Fucked him up, blood everywhere. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. No. That moment right there, I'm like, fuck yes. No, like, for being a one-room drama, we finally got the real violence we needed. And it was epic, man. The blood coming out of I mean, we got a little bit with Richie being shot and bleeding out and everything, but this was hardcore. It was badass. I absolutely loved it.
I was stunned, and that answered my question. It was like, why is this lowly cutter? How does he know about the underworld and the way to kind of fool the Boyles and all that? Like, how would he even know how to do any of that? But boom, he's from that world.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. And that's where, like, earlier in the film, you could write it off that, how did you know, once you first learned about the twist of him fooling the Boyles, you could go, okay, well, he just overheard enough and everything. But yeah, when he pulls his sleeves up, you're like, oh,
dude.
And that scene when he put the shears through Francis's like neck up, you know, whatever. I was like, I was disappointed with the fact that Francis was still alive. I was like, it was kind of hokey with him coming back. And like you said, it was like everything was wrapping up too perfectly.
Right.
We needed Francis to come back and create some drama. And what I kind of felt about it being hokey with Francis still being alive was totally wiped away by that end altercation between Francis and Leonard, where Leonard just, I mean,
I'm right there with you.
Stuck it to him.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. So, hold on a second. So Leonard was actually Yakuza. Antihero says North London Mafia. There you go. But yeah, dude, like I was like, holy shit. And just like a straight up G puts his coat on, because the place is still going up in flames.
Yeah.
Puts his coat on, puts on a little hat,
yeah,
grab his bag, slowly, like a G, walks out the shop as it sets ablaze. Credits.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
so, who did? Yes.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, time for a hot dog. Yeah, let's go to Chicago and get a hot dog over here.
Yeah, I needed a break from the bullshit, bro. I needed a break from AAA big budget disappointments.
Yeah.
And you needed a break from the bottom of the barrel stuff.
Well, you know,
so this was a nice little break. I enjoyed the film.
Yeah, and here's the thing, you know, and there's a movie that what movie one and I saw that I can't talk about that is it is big budget stuff, and you know, I'll you know, I'm not supposed to say anything. You and I can talk about later, you know, whatever.
Stream. Okay.
But I did see something that was big budget that was like ho hum, you know, and then also just coming out of Thor, which I was like, it didn't piss me off as much as it did hardcore MCU fans.
Okay.
But I didn't love it like casual fans did. And there was, you know, like
you're in the middle.
There was a lot of like, hey, you know, if you were, if a mom took her 13-year-old kids or 10-year-olds, they probably had fun with Thor.
Right.
I was like, I walked out and I was like, the story did nothing for me. Had some funny moments. You know, it was, you know, mixed bag there. But I was like, I don't know, because I'm kind of feeling some like, not just MCU, but, you know, comic book movie fatigue. There's just been so many of them, you know, between DC and MCU. It seems like they're cranking out like, you know, 7 or 8 blockbusters every year. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I loved the Multiverse of Madness. I loved the
when they're
Spider-Man
good,
last year.
When they're good, they're good. It's just we're getting more disappointing to bad than good. You know,
but not only was, you know, and I know like a lot of, you know, they went too far with the comedic elements in this latest Thor, and I know that was an issue for you and Fat Blood. But not only that, but it just seemed like so much of the effects looked cartoonish. And so for me, you know, I've said it before, I'm not the biggest monster movie fan. I can appreciate a good, you know, hey, Rawhead Rex, whatever, let's do this, you know, but, you know, some things like that from time to time are fine. Pumpkinhead, love me some Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
But so I don't need that.
Like them.
Yes. But I mean, I don't like Jaws.
Right.
You know, I like, you know, the Jurassic Worlds and parks and stuff. Never cared for those.
Okay.
But I just, there's so much evil in human beings that I think there's still so much more to explore in that. And I love it. And that's why a simple movie like this, and I, you know, I say simple because it was very in depth as far as the writing and the plot, but it was simple because it was all contained in one location. That was, I just love the story. Give me a good story. And that's where, you know, like so many of these comic book movies, this cookie cutter formula where, you have a bad guy, or you have a good guy perceived as a bad guy, has some trouble, then he has to save the planet, then everybody loves him. Like,
Right.
okay, we do the same damn thing every single time. And
Right.
so to break away from that, to give me a good story, and that's where, like this, is this in my top 5, going back to the outfit, is this in my top 5 mobster movies of all time? No.
Right.
But it is good.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of compare it similarly to The Irishman, where there wasn't as much action in The Irishman, and it was long, but you give me a good story,
you're in,
and you keep me entertained, I'm in.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to see, what was it somebody told me, and I totally agreed with them, but I'm gonna paraphrase it, but it was something along the lines of, we love our fast food. I mean, come on, look.
Hey.
We love our fast food of cinema, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes you get tired of the same old fast
Yeah.
food. You want something a little different, maybe a nice, well-cooked steak.
Oh yeah.
That you have once in a while, right? You could take a break, right? You can have, there's that balance, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can have the salad one day, and you can have the pizza the other day.
Yeah.
And the outfit for us was the salad for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm glad we didn't waste our time and money with this.
No.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
sure.
and it's probably, I enjoyed it enough that I'll probably pick up a copy of it. I'll probably grab it. Yeah, it's it's you love, hey, if a King Kong or a Godzilla movie comes out, it's probably going to wind up on your shelf. If a mob movie comes out, it's probably going to wind up on my shelf. Unless it's just that damn bad that you're like, So it's just, it's good enough that I'm like, yeah, I'll probably get a copy of it.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm sure it won't even be that expensive when it comes out.
No, probably not.
No. But yeah, man, really enjoyed it. Let's go ahead and rate this sumbitch, OGP. Are we using? Do you ever? What's your rating on your? Do you do the letters?
So
or you numbers
on my channel? Yeah, no, I usually, I'm the weirdo. Fluffy and I have changed our rating so many times because it was, how many beers does it take to get through a movie? So if a great movie would be 1 beer, because you only need 1 beer. So the lower the number, the better. But that confused too many people, so we switch it around, just went 1 to 10. But I think, for your channel, don't we know you normally do like a 1 through 5?
We changed ours too, so we're letters.
Oh, did
now.
you?
So So C is average.
Okay.
So what are you giving the outfit?
I get an A-.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. Samurai Guy's gonna give the outfit a B+. Yes. Really, really, really enjoyed it and highly recommend it. For sure. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
All right. We have here hold on, I'm going back to the comments here. We have Kevin saying everything everywhere all at once was my steak and salad. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, this movie's fucking great, dude.
No spoilers, please. No spoilers yet. I haven't seen it yet. I'm dying to see this movie.
Dude, this movie, bro, is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
It's so over the top, but in such a fun way.
So
highly recommend it, man.
And I'm I'm probably gonna watch it tonight just to get it out of the way. But
don't watch it tired. It's lengthy. So
okay. But I like, when I first saw that trailer, I was like, this is badass. You have just combined son of a bitch. God damn, I'm drawing a blank. Mayhem. You have just combined Mayhem with the multiverse of madness here. And
you go.
And that's what I took away from the trailer. What I took away from the trailer. Yeah. And then to see
it's so nuts, dude. I'm not gonna ruin it, but there's scenes in here, bro. Me and Lady Fat Blood were dying laughing, bro.
Nice.
We were like,
nice.
and short round, son. Short round from Temple of the Doom is in it.
Yes,
that's right.
And I think he's coming. He's gonna
come out of retirement.
Coming out soon now, right?
I hope so. He was great in this. Yeah. And Michelle Yeoh's always great. But yeah, I can't wait to hear what you have to say about that. Before we wrap it up, OGP, what do you have to say to your fans and followers? Anything coming up?
Yeah. So as a matter of fact, so so tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., I have a video. I went to Dollar Tree again yesterday. People on my channel love the Dollar Tree videos. I really scored at Dollar Tree. I
Oh,
walked
you
out of there
did.
with
You did.
seven Blu-rays yesterday. Some good stuff there, some great titles. And mixed with that, just because the video wasn't long enough, my Kino Lorber sale unboxing in that same video tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Total, it's less than 15 minutes, but there's a lot of goodness packed in there. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be on My Killer Podcast channel, where that's going to be the bottom of the barrel reviews of, I'll say the Dark Tower. I'll say Dark Tower.
Yeah.
But I'm not even going to mention, because I don't want to give this shitty movie any extra pub. But we're going to be talking about 2 movies there. It's going to be a lot of fun. But then Friday, I have my Arrow Video Criterion unboxing of my mail order, because they didn't have everything in the store. And I've got so much going on, and man, there's a lot going on. So just, if you haven't already, please check out the channel when you got time. All you got to do, you go on to I'm sure Samurai got links, but if you just go up in the search on YouTube and you just said OGP, you'll find me. And I have 2 channels. I started like a backup channel, kind of like you got with the dojo, just because I'm doing a lot of movie reviews and they're not getting the views. And so I'm trying to pull the things off the channel that aren't, as interesting to fans or viewers as some of the other stuff I'm doing. So I'm putting all those movie reviews on one channel. And so that's there. So I've got the 2. So you never know when that's coming, but Monday, always at 5, I do my 5 o'clock on the West Coast. I do my live stream Monday night. It's the only night I go live. But then Wednesday, Friday, and then either Saturday or Sunday, I'm having videos. So tons and tons of content, lots of fun. Got some more conventions coming up, man. Just a lot going on. So, if you come over and check it out, you'll have some fun.
There you go. And I did put it in the description box below, so you guys can subscribe to the OGP. A lot of awesome stuff there. That's right.
Thank
That's
you,
how
sir.
I do. I
Appreciate
take care
that.
of my own, son. I take care of my own.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, and I can't wait. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but I can't wait until things get to the point, with the madness going on in the Samurai household there, to where we can get back to doing those movie nights and hanging out and kicking and stuff. Yeah, it was always a blast, and looking forward to doing that again.
Oh yeah, for sure. And if you're new here, thanks again for watching, hanging out. Don't forget to subscribe to the Old Samurai Guy. Lots of content coming soon. And don't forget, that's a big if, you guys are at San Diego Comic-Con. That's right, Thursday, July 21st. That's right. Your boy is on the Kung Fu Extravaganza panel with Rick Myers, a whole bunch of other special guests. So if you're there, that's right, Thursday, July 21st, 8 p.m. Pacific time.
That's badass,
OGP,
man.
You're funny.
That is badass. No, that's really
6A.
cool.
Yes, so make sure you guys say hi. Come up, talk to me. Let's have some fun if you're there. All right, guys, thanks again. We'll see you on the next one. A lot more content coming soon. Check out my trailer reaction to Day Shift. Oh, yeah. Check that out. And we'll see you on the next one, guys. Keep watching movies, especially motherfucking mob movies, baby. That's right. Why?
Oh.
Hey, you're part of the family.
You guys, what are you doing over here?
You're part of the family now.
You're part of the family. What are you going to do about it?
I got to do my De Niro, son. I got to do my De Niro.
Oh. I had to go to my Ray Liotta.
See you on the next one, guys.
Oh, man.
Take care. Bye. Ray Liotta, dude.
Show the fucking blood.